Right, and here we are again. So this was requested because people wanted to see me do Old Glast Heim with a genetic and not just my GX, or GXS rather. So briefly just going through what I'm using. Now this will be temped out by a hero ring with 4 decks. Since I am a card cannon, I use temporal dex boots with Lucky Day and Expert Archer. You need evil. Oh, sorry, evil, evil armor. My apologies. And you need a deadly armor. Now, I'm using because this is amazing, right? Due to the fact that as a card cannon, now it's free as well as it's great for lifesteal because it has built-in lifesteal, and then you put another lifesteal card in it. It has 6 int, which is 6% damage on card cannon, and there's some nonsense about 100 HP every 10 seconds, but nobody cares about that, right? 180 attack damage, level 4 weapon, which is pretty nice, and it's free. You can farm it. I can actually make a video about it later, but that's basically the Thanatos for trash. For MVPs, I have a liberal 12 plus blue axe, which most people probably won't, but you'll at least maybe have one, or at least have a what's it called? A 9 plus maybe, or 5 plus, or whatever it is you can afford. It's a great axe. Long range plus 20%. Attack speed actually helps for casting animations. Int again 5% damage to card cannon. Strength is about 2% damage, 5. So that's still pretty neat as well. But for trash, I would highly recommend this for lifesteal. I'm using happy balloons for monster drop rate increase. 9 plus Raidward hat with carrot card, 2 plus int, which is 2% damage on card cannon, and 150 SP at 9 plus. Again, more leech. Remember how it stacks. For example, if you have 3 Hunterfly cards and there are 3% to gain 15% each, with 3 you will have 9% to gain 45% and not 3 times 3%. So that actually makes it really good. I have a slotted BDM, concentration, 4 plus dex. Now this is pretty expensive because you need to slot a BDM, so you could just go with the regular BDM, I guess. Oh yes, and then this one. I found this myself, which you could as well. Now this is a giant god snake skin for a great timer in for a great time. Sorry, to have a good time. Sorry. When your time attack run is really fast, you can get this. Like I got really lucky though because I really needed one, and the special int it's 1 and then 3, so that's 4 plus 5, that's 9 plus 3, that's 12 int. Okay. Now if I plus this to 12, I get 1 plus attack speed, sorry 1%, and fixed time cast reduction by 7%. I haven't attempted this yet because I'm lazy, I suppose. Shield wise, you're gonna be wanting 2 shields. You're gonna want a Requiem shield, which is teddy bear. Here, 30% from undeads. And you're going to be wanting a Royal Guard. Now this isn't actually my shield because I don't own an Alice card anymore. Because I had 2 and I sold them both, like the genius that I am. I'm also using this for switching out Horn of Ancient, again, borrowing this, but I highly recommend it. I have a Deviling backpack. Now, most people will not have this, and it can actually cause you a lot of problems if you're not switching it out properly. I will be wearing this for most of the instance, so we're gonna put it on right now. Those of you that don't have it, Ragnarok works just fine because there's no drawbacks. The problem with Deviling is that you take 50% more damage from other property attacks, and there's some meteors and fire attacks in there, which is painful. So, alright, having said that, right, here's my shadow gear. I've rented these lovely wings, and you can see them here. I really wish they were permanent, otherwise I'm just gonna keep renting them. Can we afford it? We have 30,800, yes we can, amazing. But yeah, and they also give you 10% reduction to fire, wind, water, earth, and so on. It's pretty nice, and they look pretty cool too, or cute rather. I have my signature Valk thing with the long hair. I still need some stuff, but I'm using spiritual again. That's more. It's worth noting, by the way. I have the spiritual set now, and it gives you 1% per 10 upgrades in total to leech SP. So if you have 444, that means 12. That means 1.2% chance, and I have 777, which puts me at 21. That gives me a 2.1% chance. On top of this is something I forgot to say. The Thanatos also leeches SP. Okay, here chance to regain SP and HP and SP from 5% of your. Now this actually stacks with everything else, so I leash quite a lot of stuff. Okay, right. So this is the gear. Obviously, we're gonna be using holy balls for most of the instance, and you're gonna use in one place you'll switch them out, but for now let's just get to Old Glast Heim. Yeah, we go Geffen. I can never pronounce that correctly. It's been so many years and I still don't know. Right, just gonna. Right, okay. Keep going. I think most of you know how to get there, so I'm just gonna let you bask in the glory that is this snowy little wonderland. Where's this AFK? Oh, okay, so this is apparently the Fire Emblem's guild spot. Alright, well, that's cool. Sorry for all the background noise, I'm getting spammed in Discord. Right, okay, so you teleport to get there. Right, you're just gonna see me teleport there. I'm gonna lower that because that's a little bit loud, I'm sorry. That's better. Right. As you've noticed, I do not have instacast without food buffs, by the way. I'm working on it and I'm very, very close. But right now, I'm just gonna have to switch out for food buffs because I'm lacking a little bit of items that I need for my instacast. At least until I get my Mjolnir, which I'm fairly close to as well. So, but it's actually good because it means I can show you how to do things without actually having things for 80 billion or 100 billion or whatever value people want. Right, so we're going to Glastheim. Oh, that's a decent teleport. It's not the best one, but it's not bad. It's actually, it was bad. My mistake. So we need to go up into the middle. Okay, well this is actually a good one. Okay. Here we go. You talk to what's his name, Hujin? Yeah. We'll go Hujin. Okay. Create gap of time. Now, remember your tokens of Siegfried. You don't have to have them, but I strongly recommend it because one death and otherwise it's GG, and it's just, it's so soul crushing. Now we're just waiting for this to let us in. There's a lot of RP here whenever we actually get in. Alright, okay, so we can get in. Alright, as per usual, we talk to Balmont. It's pretty straightforward. There's a few things that you might want to watch the way I do them because it will make life a little bit easier. But overall, if you've done this instance before, you're pretty familiar with it, I guess. We don't have to watch the RP because, well, right. And now we're just gonna have to wait for this to end. In the meantime, I'll switch back to my evil gear. Here we go. And I will switch to my hero ring. So now we're using double hero rings with... This one is actually not very good, but it has 4 decks, so that's decent. Now there are better alternatives, but it was free, so... now if you're lacking lifesteal, you could switch out the happy balloons for, say, a bloodsucker to give you even more leash. Again though, it does give some nice EXP as well. Well, I mean 10% extra, but you know, it beats nothing, right? Right, so this RP, as I've said in my other video, you can basically AFK or something while it's loading. It's just broken. I don't even get why this is like, the translation is so terrible. The reason I'm saying this is because if they would have just used the original IRO version instead of getting a KRO version that then got translated with I'm not even sure if Google Translate will be this bad. So I don't know. Right, I'm gonna buff up now since it should be time. We'll do Almighty, we'll do... As you can see, I'm doing a lot of food buffs. And why am I not instant? Did I miss something? Alright, because I'm not using my... Right, no, it's fine, I guess. Because I'm still using my evil robe anyway, so we don't actually... Because I'm using my deviant as well, which means I'm not instant. That's not a problem though. It's just... yeah. Our damage is going to be so high anyway, so it's fine. Just waiting for this to open. There we go. Right, okay. Now we're fast, since you know we're genetic, so... Now, just like with the GX, the way I do this is basically... Now, I know I have leash gear, but it doesn't mean that you have to put yourself in harm's way, unless... if that's something you're into, I suppose. So I'm gonna be doing this as, I'm just gonna say cowardly, but I'm gonna try to do this as, for people who have even less leech gear than me, this is the way you can do it as well, without having the gear that I have. And the server is lagging, okay right, and then you do Thorn Wall, and then it's just easy peasy, right? I mean, I know this is the beginning and everything, but... let me out, yeah. Right, as you can see, there's no real loot we're interested in anyway. Same deal with these, but I mean, they're so slow, so I guess it's fine. But, yeah. So, Thornwall is your best friend. Like, I would, if I could only have one thing, it would be Thornwall, and Thorn Trap, and Acid Bomb, and Cart Cannon, and Homunculus, and, you know, things. So you do this, you get these, and then we can, again... Like, these skills are so obscenely useful, it's unreal. I mean, they do cost money, but you can actually farm the materials. Did anyone else just see that? What the hell? Right. So you have, if you kill all of these in both rooms, then you're basically going to be needing 3 zombies up here. 3. Exactly 3. Not more, not less. I mean, you could do more, but you don't need more. Oh my god, it's like watching old citizens. Look at how slow they are. Maybe it's just me being fast since I'm a genetic. Right, okay. I wanted to demonstrate that we only needed 3, but I suppose why not? Oh. So you basically you kill 3, right? And then that happens. You go here. Like so far it's pretty straightforward. I mean it will be for most of the run. I wanted people to see that you can do this without a GX, because everyone's like, oh my god, if you make a GX you can farm everything and other classes can't farm shit. No, not true. Okay. Now, maggots are painful, but this is where if you're fast enough, I'm gonna be trying to do it, but if you're fast enough, you can basically do like that, okay? See? Can't touch me. Hammer time. Alright, and apparently you can bug this. I did it before. Here we go. Lol. Look at that. Nice script. Nice script. It's like it's a Blizzard game almost. Alright. Okay. Now you navigate your way through. See, like. Trigger as few of these as you can. The thing is, I'm tanky enough to be able to pull this off. You might not be. Otherwise, the Thorn Wall... I'm not gonna say trick, because that's what it's designed for, but... Usage of Thorn Wall is... I'm not gonna say essential, but... It's so useful, like... I spent most of my time playing a genetic before I even knew what Thornwall did. And there's also another one called Thorn Trap. See, again, if you're fast enough, you can, you know, like, not taking any damage whatsoever. And they actually take damage from the Thornwall as well, which is pretty funny. I don't think you can kill them with just Thornwall, but... Right. Now, this run is slower than usual due to me stopping to test things and showing you, but honestly, my genetic does it just as fast as my GXs. Honestly, I mean, fair enough, I do have some gear, but so do this. Remember to keep an eye out for quags, because they're, you know, the blue blobs on the ground. They give you semis and things. Okay, this is a little bit... And I think I failed that one. Yes, I did. They're inside with me. Yeah, that's not good. But it's okay. I mean, for me anyway, since with my gear. But yeah, again, it takes a little bit of practice, but the thorn wall will allow you to pull this off without much leech gear or good gear at all, really. You might have a problem when you come to bosses later, but you know, we can get... Oh wow. Basically, it's 3 cells to trigger the traps. Now, if you have Sarah, life in here is a lot easier, for if you have Painkiller, that is. This is what I used in the beginning. I'm now switching over to a Detour for more damage because, well, since I'm this tanky with so much leech gear, I don't really need a Painkiller anymore, I really don't. I just find it that she's just taking up time and she's annoying. It's like that old relative, you just have to, you have to like them because you're related. Do this. Okay, that looks pretty funny. Right. Again, there's no quags, we can see this easily. And if I kill a... Thank you. And if I kill... Now, you can actually loot stuff from Mora dailies in here, like sticky mucuses and stuff like that. Actually, I think that might be the only thing. But yeah, this part is still pretty straightforward and pretty easy, so it's not really something you need to... Alright. So let's gather up all the old people. I am sorry, I'm having a day, I guess.
User joined your channel.
So, what are
hello,
you buying,
I'm actually
stranger?
making a guide for Old Glast Heim on my genetic right now, so if you want to chat with me, meanwhile, that's fine. Just remember, I'm trying to educate. Right, okay, so do this. Look at all the old people. There we go. There we go, the text appears. Right. I can just introduce you anyway. So this is Lone Soul in Exile. He is my right-hand person in A Bad Omen, if you will.
Yeah.
Co-leader, co-porn star, co-star. Anyways, you run up here and you click this person, like usual. Right. Yeah, so Lone, basically people were asking me for a genetic guide in Old Glast Heim because I've done it on a GX and people are just, oh my god, GX is the only one you can actually farm it with. It's like, no.
Okay.
So I'm basically showing off how great Thornwall can be if you use it properly. Anyways, in here, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So, Radrix, this place is full of bursts, it's full of knockbacks, and it's full of, I was going to say AIDS, but no. This can be really painful. You want to drag these out. Now, I do obscene damage here because I have really good gear. Now, as a genetic, we all know we have problems because we get knocked back. Just normally you get dragged back, like this. And this can be such a pain in the ass. So while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna chat to Lone. So you wanna like be on max distance and just, yeah, careful. With Sarah again, you take less damage here, but it's still a lot. They really, really hurt. Anyway, so how have you been, Lone? Sound like you're eating.
Yeah, I'm quite busy actually.
Alright, that's cool, that's cool. Oh god. Oh, this is...
What about you? Well, just...
I've had a long ass day, to be honest, and I just finished a guide to Hazy Forest, and I'm doing one to Old Glastheim on my genetic, and after that I'm doing a Face Form Nest on my genetic as well. A guide, that is.
Oh.
As I said,
So, yeah.
I'm providing some more stuff for people to watch.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I'm just... I'm kind of back now since I've been away during the holidays.
Yeah.
Right, so we kill archers. I thought about actually going back to farm Morse and Bios again, I don't know. Because I want more hero plates. Sorry, not hero plates, hero trade mails. Right, you go up into this room as normal, you gather all the mobs. Apparently there's just one, so all the one mob. Someone is writing to me, I can't tab out. Now you can't actually thorn wall here because then this will happen. I'm not sure. If you try to thorn wall these, they can still reach you, see I'm still taking damage. Now they can't reach you as much, but they can still reach you, so just, they have, I'm not sure if it's a ranged attack or if you just, apparently their sword is like the size of Kim Jong-un's e-penis, I guess. I don't know. Rocket Man.
Probably.
Right.
So
Okay,
are you just recording it, or
yeah,
are you
I'm not
streaming?
live. I'm just recording it right now, so
okay.
I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna edit you out though, so you're just gonna have to be in the video.
Yeah, no
Alright,
problem.
so you kill this. Now, buffer it. No, this is with buffered. So technically, you could still pull this off without all my gear and buffers. It would just take a little bit longer. Three armors. Amazing. Now, you do have to be a little bit more careful than you do with the GX, because we don't have any flea. I've actually thought about a flea build for genetic, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like the greatest idea I've ever had. Then again, you know, I usually have ideas, not necessarily good ones, but people can vouch for it. I usually come up with things. Then again, I will say that it doesn't always mean it's a good idea. But you know, I have ideas, that's cool.
Yeah, like you're active. You're at least the active part of it. Like always, trying something, even though probably
It
might.
seems nuts. Like, you know, a lot of people told me that when I started
Bombing ESL is, you know.
No, it's not. No. Basically, that having leash gear on a genetic, you shouldn't have that, because nobody else was doing that. It wasn't part of any guides. Like, it doesn't mean that it's bad. I'm
Yeah.
basically treating my genetic as a GX, more or less, because it's the same AOE, like, and lifesteal. So you try to set a max distance for the archers, and be careful to not have more than 1 or 2 on you at the same time, because even with my gear they hurt a lot, so I can only imagine the pain. In here there's no archers though, it's just a lot of these, so we're gonna try and see if we can gather up many of them. It's actually, mobbing is an art, because you don't want to be too far away, because then you'll lose them, and if you're too close you get stuck, and we lagged and we're stuck, so we're just gonna kill them. And yes, that was actually lag. Before anyone questions my... Like, no, you weren't lagging, you just shit. It's like, oh, thanks. Yeah, so genetic, unless you have like an Edgar card, genetic can be a little bit of a pain to play. Really wish I didn't sell my Edgar card now. You know when you do something and then you regret it afterwards? That happens to me a lot. Same with the GTB.
Yeah, but at least you got a lot of shit out of it. So.
Yeah, but still. I feel like I don't find enough MVP cards.
Yeah, that's what you always feel like, you know.
I mean, even when I'm finding an MVP card, I feel like I don't find
Yeah.
an MVP card. Anyway, so you
Oh.
have to kill these archers, like a certain amount. Sometimes it's a bit less and sometimes it's a bit more, but the idea is the same. This is probably the slowest part for the genetic, or at least for me. Yeah, you get used to the whole being knocked back thing. Like, I mean, actually no, I'm lying, you don't get used to it, it still annoys me. Alright, so I think this one and maybe one more and then we'll be good. No? Alright. Okay, so this one. Here. There we go. Right, okay, now you switch to the deadly... Oh, well, I mean, you guys know this, but fine.
You know, you should have bought a Brynhild for the knockback thingy.
Oh yeah, totally. I should just go and buy one just casually. Right, okay.
Yeah.
So what you want to do here is you don't actually want to be using holy balls. I'm switching over to iron cannonballs and fire converter, and then I'm putting on my MVP gear, which is actually it's Lone's items I'm gonna use now. I've borrowed this from him, the Royal Guard
Oh
shield,
yeah.
the Insomnia Horn of Ancients, which is this, immune to sleep apparently, and well that's actually my item, the blue axe. That is not yours. Right, so you switch over to Deadly, so he can't Stone Curse you and he can't Soul Strike your ass. So, and you want to stand like here somewhere? Like, you want to stand far away anyway. You still want to be in range, but you don't want to be too far away. Because you need to be able to... There's going to be some RP, disappears, and then there's a little rock of stuff like this, see? I'm doing 4k max and 40k lowest. That's pretty good. So, I mean, he can still curse you, but it doesn't really matter too much. As long as he can't Stone Curse you or Soul Strike you, we're good. So you kill him, he's gonna drop most likely an old card album. Or like he did for me last time, he gave me his card and not an album, which was kind of bizarre, but okay. I think that only happens to me, to be honest.
What? Exactly.
That he gave me his card instead of a card album. I said that probably just happens to me. That's one of the problems only I have. I
Yeah,
feel like it
might be.
might be. Right, okay, so remember to talk to this guy here to get the quags, right? Now this comes, like, you switch back to holy cannons and you switch back to evil armor unless you want to die. For whatever reason you want to be doing that. And talk to him again, there's no more loot. Moving on. And I've also switched back to Ride Word, so we're gonna use some food buffs. Now this part is actually pretty fucking easy as a genetic, because with my spec, you just leash everything back, you wreck an entire pack in a few seconds. Easy peasy, no problems. Now, wait, was that a quag? I'm not sure, was it? No, it wasn't. I'm seeing things because I want them, yes. Now, remember the archers can knock you back, but if you just, like, you can drag the pack away a little bit, then you don't even have to deal with archers. Well, I mean, I'm gonna do it anyway, but... Where are my precious quags? Like, the depositioning lag as a genetic is... Well, I mean, okay, it's not that... Okay, I'm lying again, it is pretty bad. But, right. Alright, and this can trick you into believing that you actually spawned him when you didn't. EXP wise, it's pretty shitty outside of the boss EXP. So yeah, we're just gonna run around this hamster wheel until we get what we want. Oh, there's 2 packs there, isn't that nice? Yeah, just make sure you're always on high HP. You can't Thornwall these packs either, unfortunately, because most of them are ranged or have some form of ranged, so it's pretty pointless. And also if you Thornwall and they start spam... Hey, here we go. Okay, now this is actually the part I wanted to show. Right, okay, so you bring this guy with you whenever he's done lagging over there, right? Right, so we bring him. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry for bouncing all over the place now, but I want him and not the rest. See, do we have him? Wrong guy, but okay. Right, okay, let's see if we can bring him. Apparently not, because he decided that he's going to be a giant pain in the ass. Okay, you know what? Right, okay. So for people who are taking a lot of damage here, Thorn Trap and run a little bit, and then he'll... Wow, that's interesting right there. Right, anyway, so you trap him, which apparently he is right now, because he can't move. It's very interesting. He's what, 7 cells away, 6 cells away? And you can just kill him with ease, because he can't reach you. You might need 2 or 3 traps, depending on, but it's just like with hunter traps, it's no problem. Right, you go out, you go back into the next place. Right, there's some archers and nonsense like that. Oh yay, we got a quag. Life is amazing, I got 3 million. Probably paid... Oh wow, 3 archers, that's new. You can take these 4 here. Sure. They're very slow, and they don't have any ranged abilities. So just to basically speed this up a little bit, we will drag them into the next pack, and then we'll drag them away from the archer, because we don't want to be knocked back. I'm not sure what I mean. So we do this, and then like that. Because if we go too close, the archer's just gonna knock us back, and we'll just ruin the day completely. It's like that weird uncle who gets too drunk at your funeral and, you know, pukes on your wife. Alright. So same deal again, basically. But due to all the life leech, this is actually pretty easy. But the thing is to not be knocked back. Like this is a good place to stand. I'm not actually mastelling. Oh, another one, sweet. I'm not mastelling at all due to my life steal gear. I barely used any mastella since I got here at all. I've used 32. Cool. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a few places, but it's basically nothing thanks to this. Like the Thanatos, and then you can go in here to make sure they don't knock you back again. Like you want to find these spots where you don't have your back open to anything because the knockback. It's bad enough as a genetic already with the deep positioning. You don't have to make it worse. Is that another quag? Well, this is going pretty well. Oh well, I need to rebuff. But at least it's gonna pay for my buff foods, I guess. Okay. Now these are these are pain in the ass on my GX because they're Meteor Storm. But on my genetic, it's well, I'm gonna use a few. Let's see if we can get all of them here. Like it's exactly this position like I'm talking about. Like swipe. Yeah. Well, I mean A for effort, I guess. Yeah, I tried to mob them up, but it just was not the way I wanted it to be. Again, here you kill this pack now, and then there's going to... Like soon I'm gonna start bombing the Archers of Death with acid bottles. But anyways, you run up here, remember there was like 4 of them on the other side, so... There's the same deal here. There's 4, but they're a little bit more spread out. But if you know that they're here, you can basically just gather them up. Right. So number 3. And the 4th one is actually... Yeah, we go, he's here. So you take him with you. There's an archer here, which, again... My god. We can actually take this a little bit further and we can actually get these 2. Okay, this is turning into a little bit of a party now. Okay, kill them. Like, the more leash you have, the better things are, basically. So we kill all of these, and we don't even spawn. Like, we got them 2 random quags. Or is it 3? I don't know. I think it's 2. No, it's 3, actually. Sweet. But yeah, we still haven't spawned the second boss dude. Now, we've been here for 35 minutes now, which is pretty icky, but... A normal run for me is about half of this when you spawn the... Then again, then I don't actually stop to explain what I'm doing, I just run. So. This is not a speed... I'm not trying to speedrun, I'm more just trying to show that it's actually doable with something that isn't the GX. I would go so far to say that most classes and specs should be able to solo this. Maybe not in the same amount of time, but definitely you don't need Mjolnir and Godlikes and Instacast and... You know, it's yeah, I'm being a little bit unlucky now because I have to kill so many before I find the boss guy. It's getting a little bit depressing now. Oh, another one! Nice! Well, this is going pretty well. What's that, like 4 random quags now? I'm pretty happy with this, to be honest. I mean, I would like to be able to spawn the boss so I can actually finish the instance, but... I mean, I'm getting paid for my time, I guess, that's pretty good. I'm not sure if you guys can hear my Discord popping up, but try to ignore it if you can. There we go. He spawned. Finally, he decided to grace us with his presence. Right, okay. Since most people know where he can't be, we will do this, and we're gonna switch out our deviling armor, because deviling is suicide here. Because it does Magnum Break, which it's going to be really, really, really painful. No, we should be a bit clever here. Do this. At least I thought we were gonna be a bit clever. Apparently not. Oh, that works here. There we go. Okay, boss time. Go down here. Now these maggots, they can be pretty dangerous, but I'm gonna see if I can like do this without actually getting hit a single time. Oh yes, cut those trees or whatever they are. There we go, okay.
Be right back for a second.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Right, so if you like go towards the wall and then pull it off. Sweet. These are the only two packs you actually need to kill. Once this goes away. Here we go. Now if you're careful, you don't have to pull anything else. Here we go. Okay. So we reached the boss now. Alright, okay, it's just people discussing leveling. Now, just a few words about this fight. It's important. There's one thing in particular we're gonna make use of, and that is Thorn Trap. If you have a deviling, make sure you're not wearing it in case it does reach you, because it will be extremely painful. Right, I'm using holy balls here as well. You can see like they're doing their thing. We're gonna buff up while they do that. Now what you can do is, I'll have instant, right? So you place Thorn Trap, to make sure, you can only have 3 out, so I'm just making sure that it can't pass the Thorn Traps. Alright, it's gonna spawn. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kite him with Thorn Traps. They don't last that long versus him though. I'm not sure if it's like high agility or if it's something else. But yeah, they don't last as long as you want them to. Yeah. And I'm gonna get these. Actually, I'm just gonna face tank him now because he should be dead in a second anyway or two. So. There we go, and he's down. What did he drop? Yeah. Okay, so that concludes the run. Shoot. Okay. Talk to him. Alright, thanks for watching my genetic guide. And as always, follow, subscribe, donate, hell, anything. Just, you know, show me what you want me to see. Sorry. Let me try it again. Let me know what you want to see. If you have requests, if you have criticism, if you have ideas, hell, even if you just want to support me, by all means, I appreciate anything. Anything from a thanks for the guide to a 1 million euro donation. Okay, maybe not, but I'm just saying, I appreciate it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I really hope that this is useful to someone. And, oh yeah, and also, our guild on eOro, we have a Discord server, so if people want to jump in and talk to us, hell, or even join our guild, there's a couple slots open, and we're always looking for new friendly players. So just throw me a PM or talk to me on the Twitch chat or whatever, and have a nice evening.